welcome in to Two Guys Down 200 Pounds. I'm Brian.
I'm Brandon.
And we're going to get into it here real quick. We'd be dumb. We've been, last podcast, I don't know, maybe two, we've been talking about mom and her cooking and all that. But old dad had a birthday yesterday. And I would say he's the GOAT probably of dads and pop-pops. Maybe not granddads, but everybody calls him pop-pop. He's baseball, softball, I know for sure. Cheerleading he goes to, but he goes to everything. Everybody knows him as Pop. The parents on the team, everybody calls him that, and I know he comes to everything. So I would say definitely the GOAT. So we're going to say happy birthday, Dad.
Yep, happy birthday, Pops.
A solid 67 years old, which a lot of people wouldn't believe he's 67, but
I don't even know if you got that number right.
Well, he was born in 59. He was born in 59. It's 2026, so I believe he's 67. But
67 years of hard walking is what he would say.
Mm-hmm. But
he does show up to everything, including cheerleading and a dance recital for my daughter, and he's always showed up for everything for me and Brian, every sport we've ever done, and now I don't think he even misses the event for any of the grandkids.
No, I mean, he takes I got three, so it's a little bit harder, but he takes Abigail to lessons, he takes Tate to lessons, shows up to Oklahoma City for Abigail, and all these World Series trips, he always seems to find a way, but we definitely appreciate it, and it doesn't go unnoticed. I'll say that.
Nope, definitely doesn't.
We will get into what actually worked for us. We've done, this is episode 13, I believe.
13, we in it deep now.
13 episodes, and we haven't really touched on, I had a couple of people reach out and say, well, what actually worked for you? Because we've done plenty of episodes, but we haven't really talked about what we do. And we've touched on it. We've touched on it here and there about tracking calories or protein or drinking water, but we haven't really talked about what we do. So we can jump right into that. Brandon, what works best for you?
All right. Well, there's a long list of things that's worked for me. Some of the things that I do that's always worked for me is that I always there for a while. I prioritized tracking my calories. Like that was probably the biggest thing, was tracking everything, because I had to know what was going in my body in order to know what to burn to lose the weight. At one point in time, there wasn't probably a single thing that was going in my mouth that I wasn't even tracking, and that includes even a freaking Snickers bar from the gas station or the grocery store. I mean, if I ate it, I was tracking it. Now, probably not so much, but that was a habit that I created early, and even earlier on that I knew losing weight was like the biggest thing. Probably my next priority was protein intake. Yeah. My protein intake, I was doing it, but I was never doing it right. And then finally I was talking to this guy at the gym who I work out with all the time. His name's Ryan. Shout out to him, because, this dude literally took me under his wing and, showed me the ropes on everything. And he didn't have to. It's free. He literally has showed me everything, and goes back to my protein intake was basically, I think it's like a gram a pound pretty much. So tracking my protein, make sure I was getting, over 200 grams of protein. The next thing, of course, is drinking water. Everybody says you can never drink enough water. I also work outside, so I drink a lot of water doing that. But just essentially drinking a gallon of water a day has always been a key to my workouts, like always. And then, of course, showing up to the gym every day. And that's working out running, doing weights. I start off working out 45 minutes and it turned to an hour. But it's one thing nobody knows about me, and only a few select people know this about me, because it's always been this thing where it's like, if people know you do this, then I felt like it took away from all the hard work I've ever put in. And I've put in a crap ton of work. I put in a lot of hours at the gym, and I feel like people discredit the work that you put in. But literally, I mean, and some people is going to hear this for the first time that I even work out with. Ryan, Brian, all them guys, if they listen to this podcast, which I know some of them do, like, I'm about to drop a bombshell right here. And so one thing that really mainly only my family knows about me. So I did have diabetes, and with diabetes, it came with I needed to get it under control. And with getting it under control, meaning I needed to take a GLP-1. So yes, surprise. I know, people's asked me, and even honestly, I even lied to a few people, and that's on me. But I didn't want it to be taken away from all the hard work, because everything I do, I feel like people just discredit. And every time I talk to somebody, they're like, oh, do you take a GLP-1? And I'm like, no, because, I mean, that's what it is. Everybody's like, oh, man, people cheat. That's cheating way. But no, in all reality, like, it wasn't cheating for me. Like, it helped me get my diabetes under control. But two, yes, does it help me? And I've always told Brian this from the get-go. Some people, for the GLP-1s, it makes them stop eating. And honestly, for me, that wasn't the case for me. And I've always told Brian that if for example, I can go to Taco Mac, I could eat 20 wings. I could eat 20 wings before I got on the shot, and I could still eat 20 wings now that I'm on the shot. So I do take Mounjaro. Of course, once a week. I am at the max, which is 15 milligrams a week. And on top of that, Annette had a best friend, a sorority sister that was specialized in GLP-1s. And so I had a coach that taught me how to eat right, a coach that taught me how to take it and not have upset stomachs or be sick or anything like that. And shout out to our friend Michelle, because Michelle's the one who really guided me through this all and taught me how to eat right and do everything while I'm on the shot. Because if anybody that takes shots knows that shot will jack your stomach up. And if you don't eat the right things, let's just say the water's coming out the other end that you don't want it to.
You'll be messed up. And I'm the same, not the same way. If you ask, because I've lost a lot of weight, and people ask if I'm taking the shot, and it took me a while. I didn't do it. Working out, didn't do it. Talked to Brandon for a long while and went to the doctor for a checkup. I don't know, not maybe a year ago, a little under a year ago. But my whole thing with shot, and Brandon touched on it, is it's the food for me. It's the sheer amount of food. The shot for me makes me not eat as much. And that's, you can say what you want, but that's what I needed. I needed to not eat as much as I was eating. So, yeah, I do take the shot, but that's what's helped me, because I'll put in the work. I'll track, like now, tracking the calories, like you said, and protein and all that, but the shot helps me not eat as much, because I can't, and everybody's body is different. Brandon can still eat 20 wings. I'm struggling to eat 10, but that's what I needed for me as a person, was just not to eat as much. And I don't care if you want to hate on me for taking the shot, that's fine, but it's what I thought I needed. And if you don't want to take the shot, I'm 100% okay with that, but it's helped me. And I don't know 25, 30 years down the road what the shot is going to do. I have no idea, but I know it's working, and I feel like that I'm going to live to be hopefully, 70, 80 years old and be able to see my kids get married and all that. And if that shot's going to help me get there, I'll do it. But like Brandon said, it's not just me and Brandon don't just take the shot and do nothing. So if you think that I lost 130 pounds and Brandon's lost 160 pounds from just taking the shot, then you're a fool. Because that's not what happened. And I think that's where people get, Brandon gets that way, I get that way. You don't want to tell people about the shot because they think you're just taking the shot and it magically all the weight falls off. And that's not the case. You still have to do, and I'll say this, if you take the shot, because I know people who've taken the shot and haven't done nothing, and it takes them 3-4 years, 3 years to lose the weight. And if that's what you want to do it. But me and Brandon do put in a lot of work. And that's what that's what the controversy is with the shot. You've lost the weight, and you don't want people to think that all you did was take the shot. Because that's far, 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 far from the truth. At least in me and Brandon's case. I don't know about everybody else's case, but.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for everybody else. And the biggest reason why I held that information back for myself was just being discredited from putting in all the work. Like, I mean, I can show you my watch and it'll show you every workout I do. I put in so much hard work. Does the shot help a little bit on my appetite? Yeah. I mean, I could have went to Taco Mac and ate 20 wings, an appetizer, a dessert, and pound beer. Mm-hmm. But being on the shot, instead of me eating all that, and then I would come home and still have a snack or something. The only thing the shot does for me, honestly, and I mean, people can believe me or not, is it just blocks out the noise of food for me. Yeah. Like, I still eat my meals and eat pretty much normal, but it's the snacks that I used to do, or I could eat dinner but eat something behind it, or once again, I would have dinner, but I needed an appetizer with it, and a salad, and a dessert, and come home and I'd eat and still be hungry, eat a bag of popcorn, whatever, chips. And now I just go there, I eat my entree meal, and that's it. Like, and I'm happy, and I'm full from that. And yes, I've lost 150 pounds, but I don't 100% credit the shot all the way, because I did put in the work. I do run. I do work out. I do everything that you should do to help you lose the weight.
Yeah, I mean, you probably could have done, and I could have done, we could have lost the weight without the shot. I mean, I've done it before. I've lost a good chunk of weight without the shot. Yeah. But then I get back on it. I start eating. I start doing all this. And I'm in the same boat or close. But the shot just helps me with not eating extra. And that's what, there again, you're talking about calorie deficits. You want to eat less than you're burning, right? That's the whole point. So it helps me, but there's also other things. I was tracking calories in the beginning. I'm at the same point with Brandon. I mean, we don't, everybody wants to know what we do and what we eat, but I know for me, prime example, I don't eat a whole lot of cereal or processed foods. It's a lot of just, a meat and 2 vegetables, or, meat and 3 vegetables. It doesn't matter, because I'm looking at, like, I eat green beans. I could eat 7 pounds of green beans before the calories even really matter, But you start eating cereals or ice cream or whatever you want to take in, bad foods, I'll say, and those calories start adding up and adding up and adding up. But you just eat clean food. I'll say clean food.
Yeah.
And I think you're all right. Vegetables aren't terrible. Fruits aren't terrible. the normal, and you can eat good. You can eat good on a diet. I say good, but you're not able to go. You're not able to go and eat a pound of ice cream or a carton of ice cream. You do have to, and I think everybody knows in their brain, like, man, if going on the ice cream thing, my kids want ice cream every night. They want an ice cream bar or whatever. Every once in a while, I'll eat ice cream. I don't have a problem with that. I'll eat ice cream cone, whatever is there. But I just try to stay with and I've heard people say it before, and it's pretty true. Stay on the outside of a grocery store.
Outside.
Don't go on the middle aisles. Just stay on the outside of the grocery store, and you can eat right just from right there.
And I mean, that's pretty much what we live by too, is staying on the outside of the grocery store. I mean, we might go in and get some frozen things every once in a while, but I mean, other than like dressings and stuff, because I still got to have my condiments. I'm not gonna go, on the inside. A whole bunch of
Doritos and
if I'm going on the inside, I'm going on the inside for the kids. I'm not going on the inside for myself.
Yeah, and I'll say this too, because I don't think people understand, or at least for me, maybe it just works for me. But water. I mean, as soon as I wake up, first thing I do in the morning, I wake up, whatever, get dressed, brush my teeth, do whatever I got to do, spray a little cologne on, because now
I bought a bottle of cologne, for God's sake.
Now I'm on that cologne game, and then I go downstairs and I drink. Not everybody does this, but I drink 60 ounces of water immediately. I put a 30-ounce tumbler. I do the electrolytes in the water. I pound one of those real quick, and then I fill one up, another 30 ounce, and I drink it on the way to work.
Hey, so I don't even do that. That's wild.
I try to go at very minimum, a gallon of water, but I'll try to touch 2 if I can.
I can't.
And you're right. There are some people who don't like the water, but I usually drink it fast, so it's not a huge deal for me. But I've noticed that if I don't drink water, then the scale doesn't move like I want it to. So the more I drink water, the more the scale moves, and that may just be a me thing. I don't know.
I mean, I probably drink over a gallon of water a day, but once I get to a gallon, I really don't pay attention to what I drink after that. I just make sure I get to a gallon. When I'm at home. But I know people are like, oh, I get sick and tired of drinking water. But honestly, it may be just such a consistent thing that I do now that water don't taste bad to me. Now I will tell you, I don't drink out of the water faucet. Yeah. Like, it's got to be purified water or going through something, because I do think faucet water tastes gross. I don't know what it is about it, but I'm telling you, if you put faucet water in front of me and you put a freaking Dasani water or something in front of me, I can tell you the difference.
Maybe we'll have to do a little live test on that, because all I drink is faucet water. I don't go to the refrigerator and get the purified, coming out of the filter. I don't get bottled water. Even at work, I go to the sink and I fill it up with the sink water. I don't go to the refrigerator. I don't do all that.
And that's great, because everything I drink is literally out of the bottle. At work, they provide us with purified water, and it's the Publix brand. Honestly, I don't even know if they purify. Maybe it is faucet. I don't know. But it's the Publix name brand water we get half the time, or Kroger. So I drank that. And if you walk downstairs to my refrigerator right now, we literally have a case of water in there. Like, rarely do we ever just drink, even out of the refrigerator, and it's got the filter in it. I still don't even use that half the time.
Yeah, and talking about drinking, little topic here. I know we touched on it a little bit last week, but drinking calories. I know there's, I told y'all last week, like, I still drink beer. I'm not going to completely stop because I've done it with 75 hard like we talked about. And then I don't know. I just think if you completely cut out everything, you're eventually going to burn out. Even Brandon, I mean, it's not a everyday or every weekend thing, but I know come time football season, which is right around the corner.
A few weeks a week,
yeah,
a few weeks away.
You will find me and Brandon sitting on a Saturday on the couch, drinking whatever we want. So drinking calories is not a big deal to me because I'm not going to completely shut out everything that I do just for a diet because I'm still losing weight, and I think you can still drink alcoholic beverages and lose weight as long as it doesn't turn into every day or because if you do it every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it can blow your whole week out too. But you go out to eat on a Friday, or you go you're watching football like me and Brandon on Saturday, having some beers is not terrible. It's not going to kill you.
No, it's not. And like I said, I do drink. I wouldn't say very rarely, but I drink sometimes. And I mean, yesterday I went to the Braves game, and yeah, I mean, I had a few beers at the Braves game. I had a few we went to the Battery before. I had a few beers before the game, and I had a few beers in the game. Now, if you ask me, when's the time I drank before that was probably 4th of July, and the time before that, I couldn't tell you. But there are certain times I'll just go forever without drinking, and then I will. It's just like now, I went to the Braves game yesterday, and I had a few beers, but I probably won't even probably have another beer until probably football season starts now. And that's probably when we get to football seasons, it's probably when I probably drink the most.
Yeah.
But I'm like Brian, I just because I've lost a lot of weight, just because I'm losing weight and trying to get down doesn't mean I got to take the fun out of eating or drinking certain things.
Yeah, you don't have to cut out everything. And I think that's what people get in the mindset of. They're losing weight, and they feel like that one bad Saturday or that one bad Friday night, they go to Mexican or they go wherever they go, they think that one bad day is going to blow it out, and it's just not the case. I mean, you can still live your life and do what you want to do as long as you keep going on, which is kind of what we wanted to talk about, was making excuses. Because there's some days, like I don't wake up every day or not necessarily waking up because I usually go to the gym at noon. But there are some days that I'm like, God almighty, I don't really feel like it. And I'll try to come up with some excuse to not go because we're not all perfect. So don't think that me and Brandon have lost this weight and there's not days that we don't want to go to the gym, because there is, absolutely. But I still go. And like we said with Angel, it may not be 100%, gym day, but it's 80% gym day, which is better than a 0% gym day. So you just got to learn to, the making excuses, you got to learn to just fight past those, because your brain is a crazy, your brain will make you think things, and then you just push through that and get to it, get after it.
Yeah, I had a rough week this week with my buddy Ryan. He killed us in the gym, and man, I even took the next day off because I was so sore and I just felt like muscles and everything needed a break. So then when I came back on Thursday, I didn't give it 100%. Dude, I gave it maybe 70%, 80 at max.
Yeah.
But it was the fact of just getting there and getting my heart rate up and doing something. But, going back to, you got to be consistent, but at the same time, I didn't go to the gym Friday.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the gym yesterday.
Yeah.
Will I go today? Yes. But it's not perfect for me.
Yeah. I didn't go Friday. I went Saturday morning, but even finding other things like we're talking about on our notes here, you know, days you didn't work out, did you do something else? But like maybe a bad example, because I did go yesterday, but then we went out to line up, you know, football season for youth is right around the corner, and I grabbed the I even started to work out on my watch.
Oh, you cheated.
No, I didn't cheat because I was walking and I was painting all the lines. I walked like 3 miles.
A little cheat.
I was walking fast, and so that was just a little extra workout that I did. You know, not, you know, you're setting lines, you know, for the fields, but I'm walking. I'm trying to do something, and Brandon's touched on it before. He don't work out, but he comes home and maybe he cuts the grass. And he's doing all that work, walking and working out, and it's not your typical workout. It's not the gym workout, but
it's something.
Yeah, it's
I don't even know if it's I don't even know if it's really something. It just makes it feel like you're doing something.
Yeah. Well, it is something.
I mean, you're
pushing a lawnmower and weed eating, and
it is a
little workout.
I mean, all said and done, by the time I get done, I'm over a mile on just doing my lawn.
Yeah. So, but, I mean, it's just, and it's little things like that that, you know, you'll just do, and it doesn't have to be a workout. But if you just move a little bit, cutting the grass or jumping on the trampoline in Brandon's case.
It is, because after the kids see me outside, and then they do want to come outside and do something, and that's what they want to do, is jump on a trampoline. And I mean, believe it or not, jumping on the trampoline gets you going. And then I'm like, hey, man, let's sit down for a minute. Hey, how about y'all try to jump and, you know, get dad off his butt and while you're jumping, and try to jump him in there.
Yeah, and we're trying to limit this. You know, this. I mean, we could probably talk for a couple hours about things that we do differently. But you know, if the last topic on this, and I think Brandon would agree, but you know, advice that you'd give a listener, or you know, somebody who's asking you, and we probably talk about this. If we've done 13 episodes, we've probably talked about this for 7 of them, at least half. But it's just consistency, man. You just got to go. You got to do something. Just don't lose the habit. You got to form the habit of working out, whether it's walking or going to the gym, or shoot, if you cut your grass every day. I don't really care what it is, but you got to be consistent and just form the habit. You got to form a good habit.
Yeah, my thing is, and I know we kind of touched about it earlier or whatever, but going back on it is just, and I've said this from the get-go, or I haven't said it from the get-go because I never told y'all I took the shot. But for me, I can't just rely on the shot to get my weight now. Mm-hmm. So going back on what Brian says, consistency of the gym. And so, yeah, you could take the shot, and yeah, I mean, do I know people that's taken the shot and lost the weight? Absolutely. But it falls off a lot quicker. And the thing is that this is also a little piece, and I'm going off of topic here a little bit, but just that this kind of came to my mind now. I've been on this shot for 2 years. 2 years. I didn't start losing this weight. I didn't start losing the freaking 150 pounds until January, when I decided to go in the gym. And so I've been on the shot for 2 years, and I really wasn't losing anything, just to show you how much the shot wasn't really helping me until I got in the gym. And like I said, I'm different from other people, and the shot affects different people, because I know certain people that take the shot and don't have to eat a single thing. And me, that's not the case for me. But getting back on track here is staying consistent in the gym. I think you got to be somewhere in the gyms. It don't matter what gym you go to. I don't care if you do Pilates. I don't care what you do, Weight Watchers. You got to go somewhere and stay consistent with it, because honestly, that's where I've gotten where I am today, is just staying consistent and getting the miles in and your 10,000 steps a day. And I don't even make that a priority, but I get it anyways. Just from working out, I get 10K steps a day. Yeah. But I do think, as an advice from me to somebody else, I would say yes, get your 10K steps in and work out somewhere.
Yeah, and last thing before we get on the over under portion of the show, but the shot, like I'll never tell you to do the shot.
No,
it's a personal decision. If you want to do it, do it. If you think it'll help, do it. I'm not going to tell you not to. I'm not going to tell you to do it because that's a personal decision, and you do it or you don't. It doesn't matter to me because you can lose the weight without the shot. But you can lose the weight with the shot. So I just thought it was good for me.
And another thing, man, we could talk about this forever, but I mean, another thing is like what always comes up and what I always hear is what are you going to do when you get off the shot? Like, are you just going to gain the weight back? Well, it's the same thing I tell everybody. Well, first of all, for me with diabetes, I'm not getting off the shot. I mean, unless something crazy happens, they say, they've discovered something with the shot, I'm probably not going to get off the shot. I'm most likely probably going to be on the shot for the rest of my life. And that's between me and my doctors. I mean, that's what we've come up with. But it's the same thing I tell everybody. Not everybody's in my situation, but if you quit doing the shot, you might gain the weight back because you quit living the lifestyle that you're living. It's the same thing if you lost weight without the shot. If you quit running, you're going to be bad at running. If you stop eating good, healthy, you're going to gain the weight back. So it's a lifestyle change that you have to make in order to stay healthy. So if Brian decides to get off the shot one day, he's got to know he's got to live that lifestyle, not being on the shot. You can't just give up because you're on the shot. It's a lifestyle change, just as anybody else would tell you that's not on the shot that's lost the weight. They tell you it's a complete lifestyle change.
Yeah, and that's back to building habits. You do it for so long, you built the habit, you're good to go. I think that I could come off the shot and probably do just fine. It wouldn't be perfect, but I believe that I could come off the shot and I would be all right. But I've also built habits that I've been doing for a year or whatever, 10 months, right at a year, that I think I'd be good to go.
Man, there's also times where we have missed the shot and not took it. And, yes, it's in our system, but it's still, believe it or not, it does change your appetite when you're not on it. But you got to stick by what you do when you're not on the shot. And you're like, well, I got to take it the next week.
Yep.
But, I mean, it's just a prime example that nothing changed for me when I was not on the shot. When I missed a week or might have missed 2 weeks, it still stayed the same for me.
Yep.
All right, with that being said, we're going to jump right into our overrated, underrated segment. This segment is brought to you by Power Washing by Chris. You can give him a call for all your pressure washing needs. He does everything. I mean, you name it. If he can pressure wash it, he'll do it. Give him a call, give him a quote, check out our social media. He has a Facebook for Power Washing by Chris. Or you can give him a call at 678-605-6565. Again, give him a call for all your pressure washing needs. First question for the overrated, underrated segment is full body workout.
Yeah, we just did Saturday. We did a full body conditioning type workout, and I'd say back in the day, full body's wouldn't be, but I personally think full body workouts right now are underrated. You hit a little bit of everything. You done worked out everything you needed throughout the week, and then Saturday you come in, do a full body. You may be a little sore, but full body workout underrated.
Yeah, for me it's overrated. I'm not a full body workout kind of guy. I'm your old school. I'm your chest and tries, back and buys, the legs and shoulders. That's how I split up. It may be an old school thing because I felt like that's what I've always been taught and what I've been kind of just known to do. A full body workout, I'm not 100% against it, but it's just not what I do. I'm not for a full body workout. I don't want my chest and my back hurting at the same time, to be honest. So I do split it up. So it's definitely underrated for me.
Overrated.
Overrated. Chiropractors.
Chiropractors, I know people are a little bit weary on these, but I've been going to I've had back issues from, sliding into second base years ago, hurt my back, but I haven't been in a little while, but there for the longest time, I went to the chiropractor once a week. I don't know if it's a mind game or what it is, but chiropractors to me are underrated. I know a little, some people are scared, but I think if you go to the chiropractor, you'll feel better. So underrated.
Whew, man. Chiropractor for me, overrated. Dude, there ain't a chance in heck. I've gone 1 or 2 times, and 1 or 2 times, did it help me? Yes, it did. I'm not going to lie, it did. But the chiropractor scares the crap out of me. I know they're licensed, but I've known a person that's gotten their back cracked and a bone came out of their neck. They had to go to freaking emergency room ASAP. My problem is I'd be okay with the chiropractor. They just didn't get around my neck. If we could do it without them getting around my neck, then I'm fine. But I mean, the last time I went, I was shaking, literally shaking like a dog. When they get soaking wet or they're scared, like I was shaking to the max. And I do somewhat believe that I think it is a mind thing. I think that once you start going so much that I think you're like, oh, it does work. But does it really, though? And we really don't know.
Feels good. I know that.
It might feel good, but one day when that lady puts your back out of place for good and you're paralyzed, you gonna wish you didn't go. So I'm terrified of the chiropractor, and I'll admit to it, I'm a grown man, and you probably won't never catch me back at a chiropractor.
All right.
Private lessons for kids, and we're talking sports-wise for anything for sports, baseball, basketball, football, swimming, whatever.
Yeah, I'm a huge proponent for private lessons for kids, and I know that sometimes they can get expensive, but I know at least in my case, Abigail Tate, and I can't give McKinley advice on how to do a back handspring or a back tuck. I can't do that. But for baseball and softball, I can. The problem is that those two listen to other people better than they do me. Tate's been in private lessons for a long time. Abigail's been in private lessons for a long time. I think they help. I think you would be dumb not to do them. I think you can find a way, whether it's 1 kid or 2 kids, I think you can find a way to save up a little money. I'm not saying you have to do it year-round, but in season, right before season, after season, I think you can do a private, and your kid will get a lot better. I'm a huge, huge proponent for private lessons for kids, so I'm going to say they are underrated.
Yeah, I agree too. Underrated. Same situation as Brian is Gabby is obviously a competition cheerleader, or has started being a competition cheerleading, and it wasn't even our idea to even try to get her in privates. She came to us and was like seeing the other girls doing cartwheels and round off and back bends and stuff. And yes, my wife is a competition coach and works at Stingrays too. But same thing like Brian says, she don't want to listen to Annette. And I don't know how to do those things, so I can't be a coach for her. And when we put her in the privates, she listens to other people better. And that may be the way it is for a lot of kids, because I think a lot of kids just don't want to hear it from their parents. Mm-hmm. And it's probably them thinking that we're harping on them more than probably, just trying to teach them. And I've seen a lot of good from it. Like, we put her in privates now, and she's been in it since she started competition cheerleading. And she's come a long way just from doing the privates. And she does other classes. She goes to practice. She goes to gymnastics. And it's just those privates. We get more stuff out of her when she goes and she's in a team setting.
Yep, absolutely.
So underrated for us, big time. Next one is core training.
Core training, I think for, and I can speak for probably most big people, core training is overrated. I think naturally when you're a big person, you think that what am I going to do? My core, I got a big old belly. my core is irrelevant. But there's a lot of things that probably help your core. I just never been a core person. So I'm going to say overrated because I would much rather work out any other muscle on my body than my core.
Once again, we agree with that too here. Core workouts. Maybe if I had a six-pack, which I don't think I'll ever get. I don't know that I don't even know if that's even a goal of mine really, is to get a six-pack. Mine is to more grow my chest, arms, and shoulders, and maybe my legs. But I don't do core, and I don't plan on ever getting a six-pack. So core for me is underrated. I don't think I'll ever work on it to try to get a six-pack. Maybe if I had one, I would, but definitely underrated. Defense wins championships, Brian.
I mean, I know everybody's going to say defense wins championships and all that. Football, softball, baseball. And defense will get you so far. But I promise you, if you can't score in football, if you can't hit in baseball or softball, you ain't going to win. If you put up 0 runs, your defense can be absolutely impeccable. But at some point, somebody's going to hit a home run or throw a deep bomb. You have to be able to score. So in my opinion, defense wins championships is overrated. You better be able to score and get it going.
Oh, boy. Defense wins championships, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they do. And the reason why is Brian's over here talking about having great offenses. But if you got a great defense and you ain't giving nothing up, 0, zilch, guess what? We going to find something on offense to get us in the end zone, put a run across. We'll play our small ball, Brian, and get us across the home plate.
Yeah, but if you got a good defense, then the defense is going to shut down the small ball. They're going to shut down the tush push. They're going to shut down all that. You got to have offense. You have to have
But guess
offense.
what? If you had the better defense, maybe you're going to get something across.
Maybe, but
If you got a solid defense and you give nothing up, you got to think somewhere in your offense, even mediocre offense, they're going to do it, right?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think you got to be able to score. No matter the sport, you got to be able to score. Offense, to me, plays a little bit bigger role than defense.
If you're not giving nothing up, you don't have nothing to worry about. As long as you're stopping them, what does it matter?
Because you can't score. You can't score.
You can find a way to score in a mediocre offense.
You're going to go 0-0 for 92 innings.
That's all right.
In a baseball
as long
game.
as your mediocre offense can find one play in the playbook to get you in the end zone or one small ball to get you across and one hit, you could find that to win.
Nope. Give me offense, baby.
Defense wins championships. Underrated. All right, we're gonna calm down here for a minute. We're gonna bring the volume down a little bit here. Kids lifting weights.
I think that's I would say underrated, but I know there's an age level. I think there's a different thing. Abigail goes to Burn and she lifts weights. Tate is only 11 and he does stuff at home, push-ups and a little bit of weights at home, little weights. I don't really know the age where you should or should not lift weights, but I'm going to say underrated because I don't think kids lifting weights is a terrible thing.
Kids lifting weight for me, man, I mean, I guess because I don't know enough about it, I feel like I've always, as a kid growing up, was like, oh, if you lift weights, stunt your growth, blah, blah, blah. That's probably where I'm like, okay, we're probably a little overrated here with lifting weights. I mean, I don't understand what the point of lifting weights as a kid anyways. Like, let's do it when we get in high school or whatever, where I feel like it matters. Sports, I feel like matter a little bit more than when we are when we're in a little league. You just go off of your natural strength. Like,
Yeah, but I think push-ups and doing some other little things is not terrible. And there again, I'm not a weightlifting expert, but I think being a little bit stronger is not a problem.
I think, yeah, if the kid wants to do sit-ups, push-ups, like little things like that, fine. But if we're talking about kid picking up a weight bench or picking up some dumbbells, trying to do bench press and all that, I just don't know that I'm all for that. So for me, once again, is overrated. Running up the score, BG.
Well, we can touch on this. The same thing as last week with the tush push. I'm a big proponent of if you don't want us to score, then you better stop it. So if I can beat you 29-1 in a baseball game, I will. If I can beat you 52-0 in a football game, I will figure out a way to stop it, because I'm going to try to teach my kid. And I've been on the other side. I've been on the other side of getting my butt beat. But you just got to suck it up, figure out a way, go to practice, do whatever you got to do, but figure out a way to stop them. If the other team's running up the score, suck it up, buttercup. So running up the score to me is underrated. I'll do it every chance I can.
Yeah, that's like Brian's playing the worst team in the league, and Brian wants to run the freaking score up like it's going to matter. Like, come on. This is what I'm talking about. Like, Brian's over here worried about running up score on everybody. To me, if you ran the score up on me and I can get revenge, I'll do it. But, me running up score on you doesn't – what are we doing? What do we benefit from it? Like, I'd rather throw kids in different positions or let the second string come in and get in theirs. But we're not just going to go out there and just blow through and win a football game 100-0 for what? What are we learning at that point? What's the point of just running it up 100 score? And they ain't going to stop you anyway. So what's the point of just running it up?
And I'm not talking about that. Like, I will, once my first string gets up, whether on football or baseball, whatever it is, if they get up, I will put my second string up.
I bet you will.
But if you can't stop my second string or third string, that's a you problem, right?
I will agree with that. That will be a you problem. But
what do you want me to do?
If you're gonna leave, and maybe this, I'm not necessarily saying you, but if you're gonna leave your starters in to run it up for whatever reason, then I think that's trash.
I'm not talking about starters.
Bush League.
I'm not talking about starters. Even in football, if we're up a lot, we're gonna run the ball. But if you can't stop the run, what am I supposed to do?
And you're right. I do agree with that. If you just that bad and you can't stop it, then that's on you. But yeah. I guess mine's more geared towards the people that run it up just to run it up.
I'm not going to do it on the first string, but if I get down to second string, third string, and you can't stop it, that's a you problem.
So I guess I'm on both sides of the fence. I'm overrated and underrated, but I'm only overrated if you're going to leave your first string in and run it up. I think that's a little bit Bush League to me, but lifting straps.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever used them. I'm not sure. I'd have to dig deep to use them, but I always feel like if you're lifting weights and you got to use a strap, you're a pansy. You can't. If you got to use a strap, then your grip strength's not high enough. Like, why are you lifting that weight if you need a strap? Overrated. Lifting straps, either do it with your bare hands or don't do it at all. Go down and wait.
Well, when you're Brian and you're only lifting 50-pound dumbbells, you're right. You don't need straps. Brian, when you're up there with them big boys, or when I get down there on the deadlift and I'm doing some serious weight, yeah, dude, I'm going to use some straps. I got to get better grip, and it helps me, and I can do more weight. It could be, if you want to consider it a cheating system, whatever, but not really, because I'm still using all my strength. It's just to get better grip. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of grip. It's just like if your hands are sweaty, you're gonna put some chalk, or what? What about the chalk on the back of a pitcher's mound? they
You
wuss
just
for
got- no, you
using
just
the
got-
chop.
You just got sweaty hands. It ain't no different. I know.
Well, that's
you know
usually what happens when I'm working out. I got sweaty hands. I need something to help grip. Now all of a sudden I don't have
bogus.
good grip.
What about the bench press? The bench press.
That's not the same thing,
is the
dude.
Same thing. You
No,
got these
it's
bench
not.
Press vests that are helping you out. Straps.
No, dude, straps are different.
Straps
It
are
wraps
holding
around
most
to
of the
help do
weight.
it. No, it's not.
Yes, they are.
The freaking vest or whatever the bench press things you're talking about is like basically holding your arms to help you push up. I feel like, yeah, is that a little bit cheating? Yeah, absolutely. But it's not the same thing because when you're on a deadlift, you still got to use all your weight.
Yeah,
it's
you're
just,
right. But the straps are helping you.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, then the freaking chalk's helping to hold the baseball.
No, you're just getting rid of the sweat. You're just getting.
You're
rid of the
getting
sweat.
pretty much getting rid of the sweat. I'm not asking you to use a strap to freaking help gain, help you gain lift. It's not helping you. You're just getting better grip on it.
Helping you.
It's not helping, dude.
Well, then how come you can't deadlift 500 pounds without the straps, but you can with the straps?
Well, how come you can't throw a baseball without the freaking without the chalk?
I mean, I don't know, but it's not gripping the ball for
Well,
you. It's
I'm
not
gripping the
wrapping
bar.
around.
I'm gripping the
not-
bar.
No.
So is it cheating if I just use chalk to grab the bar and do it?
Yeah, do that and see what happens.
It's the
ain't
same
doing it.
thing.
You ain't doing it.
It's the grip.
Straps, the bench press vest, the straps, they all.
I'm
help
not
you.
talking about the
It's
vest,
the
dude. I'm
same
talking about
freaking thing.
freaking straps around your arms. I'm not talking about the cheating way that people use to help pump the weight up. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the freaking straps around your wrist that you wrap around the bar and help you gain freaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's cheating.
Okay, well then using chalk in baseball is cheating.
No, not even close.
Okay. All right, that ends it for our overrated, underrated. Guys, use your straps. Don't listen to Brian. Dude's a ding dong. Anyways, next week we're changing things up a little bit. We're going out of our studio, and we're actually going to Dockside next week and sitting down with Dockside and talking to them and seeing why they started Dockside, and they're actually on a health journey. And my man Sean down there, I think, is trying to get on the stage in the next year for working out. He's trying to talk me into getting on the stage. I don't know that I'm even quite as ready as he is. He's a bigger dude, but they've also lost a lot of weight, and it's just a little interesting to see what it is they got down at Dockside. They also own TSP Nutrition, so they own two. Maybe we'll get some intel if they're going to open store number 3. I haven't heard anything about it, but maybe. But yeah, so next week we're actually going to go down to Dockside, and we're going to do the podcast live out of Dockside next week. So
Looking forward to that one.
yeah, that was going to be fun. Maybe they'll give Brian another loaded tea
Little tea.
that he can test out and like again. Of course, if you're ever in there, you probably see me in there a lot. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. We're gonna go down there. We're gonna do a live show out of Dockside next week. So,
but hey, if you haven't already, rate us, follow us on all social medias, TikTok, Instagram, everything we got. It helps us out a lot with followers. But till next time.
see ya.